What's up? This is the one, the only AJ's live of the Respective Angle Show. You already know it, and as well as
AJ.
So, on today. You know, it's been a while. It's been a little bit. It's been like what, a couple weeks?
Maybe about a week and a half.
About a week and a half. Yeah, about a week and a half that we've been off of the set. But as I told you, we're trying to build something that we didn't think was possible. Excuse me, let me just plug in this thing here. As at least go ahead.
Yeah. So we're trying to get things together and trying to build the stream. So as you guys know, it's going to take some time. Things wasn't, built in a day. So we're trying little by little, but we're getting there.
Definitely getting there. As you can see, things have definitely changed. We're not in the same place that we were before. We're in a different place now. You know what I'm saying? So, congratulations to that. I wish I had my my sound effects, but see, those are still the things that's in the making of as well. And on tonight, what are we discussing tonight?
We are going to talk about the kids in this generation compared to the kids us back in the day, and our parents, and how things used to be compared to what it is today.
Wow, these kids nowadays. That's a very, very, very touchy subject. Not really touchy, but it's a very interesting subject that we have to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's how do I put it? It's very, very complicated with these children nowadays. It's like it's a microwave generation, I'd say. Like, they want things now. Versus to when we were children back in our days, the 90s, the late 80s for you, the 90s for me. The 90s for me. It has definitely quite it has transformed into something different. We were discussing this last night. Actually, we were supposed to actually put out a stream last night, or put out a video last night, but we decided we're gonna go live on Facebook and YouTube and all the other platforms that we're on. Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, like our channel on Facebook. Make sure you show us some support. That's what it's about. It's all about the support. As we said, that we're a growing show. We're now starting to enter into your homes. We're now trying to infiltrate your homes with some information, education, upliftment, and empowerment. You know what I'm saying? And have conversations that's worth having. And on tonight, we're going to be talking about the kids and how they have
to join in.
Sure.
Give your comments and ask questions, and just let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, you could definitely comment. Let us know what you feel about tonight's show. And also, don't forget, it's a perfect plug-in. I keep telling you guys, every time I come on here, I'm going to keep rinsing this line all the time. Go to therespectiveangleshow.com. Therespectiveangleshow.com is where you get all the updates. I mean, I've been lazy for the past couple of weeks, so you don't get no updates today, or you probably might not get no updates tomorrow, but you're gonna get some updates pretty soon, because I'm actually starting to get things together. You gotta forgive me, because
he's a hardworking man.
I'm very hardworking. I just came from work earlier today. Thank God it's Friday. That's all I can say. And it's gonna be some extra work coming in, because now we have to fund the stream and get the stream to where we want it to be. So definitely log on to the respectiveangleshow.com, where you can sign up to our I didn't even know we had this, but we have a mailing list on the website, where we have our own emails on there, where they can correspond with us and let us know how they feel about the shows and stuff like that, and their contributions towards the show, their donations and stuff like that. There's different spots where y'all could definitely check out the site. That's what I say. Check out the site. It's very interesting. You can do a lot of things on that site. So, getting into the topic tonight.
Yes.
The children. The children.
Well, let's start off with back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And how it used to be.
Oh man, those used to be the days. Like those were the original days where you go outside and your parents not be worried about where you are. Like,
definitely. You can hang out with your friends.
What?
Go up the block.
For sure.
Go wherever, and it wasn't an issue for you to be outside, and they didn't have to worry about you getting snatched or, anything of that sort. Nothing bad happening to you. And you was and the crazy part was back in the day was a lot worse than what it is now. Yeah, not saying it, well, can't really say that because the things that's happening now is like, it's really blowing my mind, seriously. So, even though we had like kidnapping and all those things back in the day, it wasn't as what it is now, where we have like human trafficking and all those kind of things. So you get a little scared, you get a little like, the pedophiles that's around and people pretending to be younger so they can, get into your kid's brain and teach your kids different things. Like, it's a lot different than what it is now, because you just had your games and your friends and those kind of things. Now it's internet where they can like contact any old little weird person, which is kind of messed up in a sense, because I don't like them little weirdos that's out there. But yeah, they got a opportunity to get into your kids' home now, talk to your kids online, all kinds of things.
Yeah, true. I remember when I was growing up, it was like a trusting thing from the parents to the children. Like the parents knew that, but number one, you have to understand, like, our parents are the disciplinary actions or the disciplinary skills that they had, it was number one, second to none. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
The laws were different back in the day. You have to understand that. Like, you were able to whoop your kid's butt or whoop your kids when they're doing the wrong thing, when they're doing what they're not supposed to do, or when we were doing what we're not supposed to be doing. They were able to actually do what they had to do and discipline us to the full effect. Like, it was effective discipline. That's what I'm trying to say. True. It was very effective to the point where when you think about doing what you did before again, you didn't even think about it twice. It probably might pass your mind once, and then you ain't doing it because you remember the kind of repercussions that you got. You remember the kind of discipline that you got because you did what you did. But nowadays, like, there
is no repercussion.
Yeah, these kids aren't scared of anything. Like, they're not
at all.
They ain't scared of anything. There's nothing for them to be scared of. Ever since that law has been passed, where you can't raise your hands or you can't discipline your kids how we used to be disciplined back in the days. They hide behind that. The first thing they say is, "Oh, I want to call the cops, or I'm going to call ACS," but not knowing that I believe systematically it's been placed that way because once we don't discipline our own children, then they have an excuse, or the police have an excuse when they go out into the street and they act out based on the discipline that we didn't give them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now they have an excuse to say, well, they didn't know how to follow orders, or they didn't know how to follow instructions, so I shot them. You know what I'm saying? Mm. Versus as to when we were growing up, we had that straight discipline. Like, the discipline was structured. It was, you better not do what I told you not to do, or if you do it, you know what the repercussions is.
Here's the only difference with back in the day, because we definitely, yes, we had structure like nobody's business. But I feel like the difference back in the day to what it is now is that we have kids nowadays so much more younger than what the parents had. So I feel like we need to be a little bit more transparent. Like, our parents were not as transparent with us as they were with as we could be and we should be with our kids because of the things that's going on in the world today. So we had I would say we probably had a level of discipline that matched our era. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing, because now you have to basically talk to your kids and get into your kids' brain and know what's going on, get into what they got going on online. And like I said, being completely honest with them, especially with what's going on with the cops and things nowadays. You have to talk to your kids about that. You have to talk to your kids about, I just think we were a little sheltered in a few things, to where now we should really be a little bit more transparent with our kids and talk to our kids about the world and what is going on in it.
How do you say we were a little bit sheltered?
Like I said, there was things that, because our parents weren't taught certain things,
Sure.
they were not able to teach us those things. But we're smarter now, so we can actually go into things now with teaching our kids a little bit more than what we were taught. Or if we felt like, we should have learned, like, to be honest with you, like, I wasn't taught about, like, sexual things, and the parents, my parents never really spoke to me. They probably give you those little warnings, or they'll say certain things to you, but it won't be, it's not as we can go into depth with our kids and say, well, hey, you go and have sex with somebody else, and you got to wear condoms, and you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more like information that we can give our kids nowadays, and really like be free enough to talk to our kids. And I feel like that's where our parents, that was the only thing that they kind of like fell upon. But like I said, I guess we got the discipline that we had for the era that we were in, because you didn't have to talk to your kids so much about certain things.
Right. That's correct. I see your point, and I do understand that. Like, being more transparent with your children as they get older now, it's better you do that than to not say anything and then have them go experience it for themselves, and then maybe
that's true,
they come in with something that you weren't expecting in the first place. That's based on you not telling them what time it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't tell them, listen, A and B equals C, and if you do A and B, C gonna follow. So it's best that we be very transparent with our children at these points in times, especially when they get older, especially in these days, where information is so swift, and they will find out about these things before you even get a chance to tell them in the first place, because internet is very accessible. It's very accessible to them. So, they're not limited to the things that they look at, or the things that they see, or the things that they're exposed to. So it's best for us as parents, or you guys as parents, to, have that conversation with them and let them know exactly what's going on, what is what, in this world today, especially as the world is evolving, it's moving quickly. It's moving quickly, especially now that we're in an information decade, or information era, where information is passed quickly within a blink of an eye. Information is passed. So it's better that we would be very transparent with them, because I'd say back in the days, like I was saying before, back in the days, it used to be different. We never used to have the type of technology that we have today, that the children have. Nowadays, they have Discord. They got a whole bunch of different things, and they have their gaming and stuff like that. When we had games, we was playing PlayStation 2. Well, not PlayStation 2, sorry. That's a little bit in the 2000s. When we had games, we had Nintendo 64, Sega Dreamcast.
Right.
Things where it's not online. You know what I'm saying? Internet wasn't in its formative stages around that time. So, we weren't exposed to...
we used to have, like, dial-up, which, like...
Exactly. That's dial-up. Like, you gotta put in the number and dial the number. And then guess what? You limited on the time that you could be on the internet, because a phone call might have to come in, and mom and dad gonna have to use that phone line, unless y'all was popping like that. I had two phone lines where, one was free and the other one was just straight dial-up, straight internet. You know what I'm saying? Well, still, even on those times, we still didn't have the access to internet as how the children now have the access to the internet. Now they're open to a lot of things. Like I was saying, we had manual games where you had to call your friends that over to play. It wasn't you playing with somebody that you don't know overseas online. You know what I'm saying? Like Nintendo 64, the blow the cartridge out, put it in there. It's not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Gotta blow out that cartridge. Got a little piece
of dust in it. You better blow it on out.
Forget about it. Blow the cartridge out, put it in there. Make sure that you have your your controllers and stuff like that. Because if you don't come with your controllers, guess what? You ain't playing, buddy. That's what it is. And guess what? Half of the whole neighborhood, we used to have tournaments.
Oh, see,
we used to have tournaments.
I ain't have no tournaments and all that drama.
We used to come with our own remote, have our game set up. The winner play the loser. I mean, the loser, they move. They gotta play the winner. We had Street Fighter. We had a whole bunch of different games.
I missed those games.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of different games we used to play back in the days, and the parents knew where their children were.
Yeah, that's true. Remember they had that thing? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
That's Fox 5. They still got that. I used to say that all the time. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? My mother used to be like, yep, they're right here.
That's right. That's right.
They're right here.
There was no,
they know for themselves where they supposed to be at 10 p.m. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all kids back
even
in
if I was next door at my
man.
friend's house, she knew exactly where I was at 10 p.m.
At 10 p.m. Even if Fox 5 say it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
That's right.
I know it is.
Safe and sound.
Next door in the neighbor house. You know what I'm saying? Because it was really a community thing where everybody was really looking out for each other.
That's true.
Now, boy.
I don't even want my child going to the store. Sad to say.
Yeah, and you got a lot of different people that have a different kind of mind, man. They think different. They think very different. Like, yeah, they do.
Yeah, it seems like the world has gotten a little bit more corrupt.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but something in the water, maybe. I don't know, the juice. I don't know, the bathing water. I don't know. Something. The candy, the snacks, the chicken, the beef. I don't know what it is, but something ain't right in this world today. And that's for another topic that's for next week, cause yeah. But it's different, and you can't trust your kids around the sneakies and the people that's around here. I mean, we used to play manhunt, probably starting at like 8:00, but it wouldn't be nowadays you can't even have your kids go outside and play with the kids in the neighborhood. I don't even know the kids in the neighborhood. That's so sad.
That's crazy, right? Like at this point in time, everybody is so compartmentalized. You don't even know, you don't even know the certain kids in your neighborhood.
No, that's weird, because I always thought that it would continue. Like, when I get kids, and I'll probably be like, be able to at least know that my kids would be safe. But this world, the day and age that we're in is so, oh boy, it's different, to the point where you don't want your kids to be outside or to be with their friends.
I mean, you can know the kids. You can know the kids.
You can
but
get
you gotta
to know them, but
too.
That's another
That's the
thing.
most important part. You gotta know who you send. If you want to send your children to your friend's house, you gotta know who the parents is, because the parents might not have the best of motives for your child. I'll tell you that much.
And that's another thing, because I don't want to be sending my kids to nobody's house, and then their parents is doing whatever in their house, and that's not what we do here. So, my kid might come and think that it's okay. No, it's not okay. No. So you definitely have to know the parents, know what you getting your kids into, especially nowadays. Because if I don't know the parents, you ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry, like, that's it. Like, you just can't go nowhere. So. Yeah.
Listen, man. I
don't even want my child going to nobody's birthday parties.
You know me. I'm very skeptical about a lot of people. Like I'm the
we
one
don't even go
that
nowhere for us, but still,
like, I'm the one that be giving the side eye. Like, I don't know about all that. Send them where?
Yeah.
For what?
We don't even do the kids' parties and all them things like that. Like, I just, you just don't know this day and age. Like, it's just so. It's weird.
Listen, I'm not saying that at the end of the day it's a bad thing. It's not all bad. It's not all bad, because there's some parents who have the best of intentions and just want, because at the end of the day, the parents that we remember how childhood was. You get what I'm saying? We remember what childhood was in the first place, what it was like to be able to go over to your friend's house and hang out and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We know what it's like. So we try to make it as the same way. But then when you think about it, these kids don't want to go nowhere anyway. As I said, they got their own games. They got games that they can play with their friends online. They don't have to go to their friend's house. As, anything about it, they don't want to go nowhere. It's the same friends that they talk to.
I mean, well, listen. Nowadays, with this whole Corona thing and them having to be home and not being able to really I mean, yeah, they like to be, but I'm just saying, I think they would kind of still prefer to get out and interact because, our child has asked to go to a little hangout with his friends. And I was like, no, I don't even trust them because I don't know the parents. I don't know who they are.
That's the thing. You have to know the parents. And nowadays, it's like, you got a whole bunch of different.
I think they're a little eager to go back to school now that, Corona has happened and, they've been so sheltered inside the house and they want to get out and be with their friends a little bit. I don't blame them. So, really.
You red line.
Sorry about the U-turn. Is there any way you can send me pictures of the vehicle tomorrow, please?
What happened?
Yeah, they want pictures of the vehicle.
Alright.
Alright, please.
Alright.
And then the next one is the one where you want to add on. You can send me pictures of it too. So now how you're going to send the pictures is the two on the right and left hand side, the front and the back.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright.
Alright. Thanks.
Forgive us. Excuse me. See, this is all a work in progress. This is
Sorry, I had a very, very, very important video call. Very, very important very, very important call. And I said I'm very hardworking. Have to get these things together. Have to get a lot of things together when it comes on to the transportation company that I run and this that I'm doing here. So, my bad. As we was I really wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. I really weren't. I wasn't. That's my bad. What you want me to do?
okay. Back to the show.
Okay, back to TRA.
All right.
Okay, all right, TRA. So as I was saying, as I said, it's my bad. It's my fault. As I was saying,
I'm listening.
What?
Where was you at?
Where was I at? I'm gonna tell you where I'm at. Where I was at just now. Let me just get my mind off of that phone call that I just caught just now a second ago.
And we're back to the children. Mm-hmm.
Yes, the children.
And them not wanting to be with.
Well, yeah, they don't want to go anywhere in the first place because they have their online.
Friends.
That's what I think. They're online and they're playing online. They're doing their gaming and stuff like that. Yeah, they feel good where they're at. Some of them, not all of them. I can't say all of them. Some of them.
I think they're excited to go back to school next week. At least for those who. Excuse me. For those who are going back to school, I think they're excited.
All right. That's the next thing. They're actually getting back to go to school. How much days are going to school now? Because I really haven't been paying attention to that. I didn't even realize that we're going back to school next week.
Yeah, 25th. Which is kind of silly. I hate when they start a week off on a Thursday.
So they're gonna go to school for what?
For 2 days.
2 days? So are they gonna be starting back school?
But I'm not sure if they're gonna do a whole week.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if it's every other day or what have you now.
Mm-hmm.
But they will be sending out phone calls and whatnot to the parents. Which is another thing. Like, would y'all have liked to have had this type of time back in the day? Because we didn't have this. We had to be in school doing all the work. I mean, I obviously wouldn't like to have Corona. Like, if I could have had these times without Corona and people dying, of course, that would have been the best thing. But I'm just saying, like, and how is it teaching your kids now, being in the house with them, having to teach them and become their teachers now that they're not in school? I know for a lot of people it's been difficult. It's
Well, I bet you a lot of parents is happy right now. They're like, oh my goodness, now I ain't gotta be doing too much of this now.
Not necessarily, because like I said, that's not all kids. There's a lot of kids that's like in what is that, like
charter school?
Yeah, charter school. Sorry, excuse me. That I don't think they go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they don't go back to school until August, which kind of sucks because it's like, now, you know, parents still have to continue on being the teacher for their parents. I mean, it gives you an opportunity to be with your kids. And
of course, we had a whole not even half a year, a full year.
Yeah,
a whole full year, March to March.
But see, and that's another thing, because a lot of people complained about being home with their kids and teaching their kids, and I mean, you had them.
Mm-hmm.
The teachers didn't have them. Did
actually, this is the best time to actually be around your children. You know, it's actually something to be excited about.
Get to know your kids, know what they're doing, know what's going on, learn the schoolwork, because we don't even know. I mean, our teaching and how we grew up is totally different from what they have going on. So I guess it is good to get into their realm of school so that we'll know what they're learning, what they're not learning, what's going on with them. And of course, like spending time, I mean,
when you think about it, we had an amazing opportunity as parents for the first time in a long time to be able to track what kind of work that your children is doing. I mean, that was a very amazing opportunity. You don't get to see that every day. Even if you wanted to, you could have stood right there behind the computer and see exactly what the teacher's teaching.
Right, that's true.
You don't get to be inside the school and watch the teacher teach. So now you could actually rate the teachers and see exactly what they're teaching, or
how they teach,
how they're teaching, the technique that they take, the approach that they take. You get what I'm saying? And especially not because it's virtual means that it should be a different setting. It's supposed to be the same kind of teaching.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So how they teach wouldn't change because it's virtual. It's the same thing. You have the attention of the children, if so much. You know, you're saying all that. But, you know, you're supposed to have the attention of the children, and you proceed from there. Let's see how it is that you teach. Let's see what your technique is. And let's see the effectiveness of your teaching.
Right.
You know, so we had a very, very good opportunity to see the I just had the word in my brain and it just went away. The efficiency or the effectiveness of the teachers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is true. That is very true.
Yep.
You also get to and as much as it was a lot to be home with your kids and, you know, have to deal with the many personalities, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. I mean, it was a good opportunity to at least spend time with your kids, not just doing work, but to spend time getting to know your kids, having your kids get to know you, and you could talk to your kids about the things that's going on a little bit better. Because, I mean, a lot of times we go to work, you go to school, or your life is so busy that you don't get a chance to really talk to your kids and sit down with your kids and bond with your kids. And I guess, you know, this gave us an opportunity to do that. And, yeah, for the most part, I loved it until they started driving me a little crazy.
That's a natural occurrence. They always do that.
Until they started driving me crazy. I was like, you know what, you got to go to daycare. You know what, you just going to have to stay out my face and just go over there. And, you know, kind of. But, you know, I love them anyway. Love them really.
Of course.
So I know why we all love our kids and care, and, you know, it's been stressful. It's been a lot, especially when you have to be hands-on with the curriculum that that they're teaching nowadays. But, you know, again, it gives us the opportunity to bond, to love on your kids.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth. That is the truth.
Spend time as a family, you know.
Hey, I actually got a chance to watch your child grow in front of your face for a whole entire year. Now it's time to let them go back to their regular place of education. You get what I'm saying? Like, the year has passed. Now they say that it's okay for the kids to go back into school, into their learning places where they learn and stuff like that. So, you know, that's a good thing. That's a win, I'd say. You know, it's a win-win situation. We want the chance to be able to watch them grow over the course of a year and not be able to have them, you know, not have them go to school and, you know, have the hectic time and back and forth, and you hardly see them for the day. And they have the school has them for the majority of the day. You have them for the less time for the day, except for the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so you're able to do that.
I mean, like I said, back in the day, I had a great time with my parents. Still bonded with them. Still did everything. Because on the weekend, we were always hanging out, doing something, going to a barbecue. Like, there was definitely fun family time, but it's not like what it is. You know, I'd love to have a little year with my father and my mother. Especially now that my daddy ain't here no more. Just want all the time back, you know. Just wish you could have all the time back in the world, but you just can't have that. And so, cherish it, love it, you know, embrace it for the most part, because you'll be able to reflect back on this and say, well, you know, when we could have done this, or when we spent time doing this, or when we laughed about this, or joked about this, played video games together, all kinds of things. Like, I actually love this time, and I'm going to miss it just a little bit that, you know, we won't be together quarantining.
I ain't gonna lie, that first couple months of quarantine was very interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I was like, yo, let's see how this is gonna work out now, because now we all have to be, now we all, yep.
Yeah, that's where it was like,
you have to become
what
very
is this
creative.
experience going to be? I'm sure that's everybody. Is, you know, when you watch these shows and they reflect back on what happened to them and everything like that, everybody was such in a panic that you didn't know how this time of you having to be in your family's face is going to be. True. Like, is it going to be a good time? Are we going to argue every day? Are they going to drive me up the wall and I'm just going to have to run outside in the streets running willy-nilly and crazy like, somebody save me? Because you don't know. Like, you probably needed a straitjacket just to be in that setting. Like,
and everything was on shutdown mode. Like,
yeah, nothing.
Serious shutdown mode. Nobody was really working at that.
But I loved it.
I actually, I
did.
I did. I definitely did love it.
I was actually working through it, but being able to come home and hang out and love.
See, now look who's here. Look, you see?
Oh yeah, our little booger. Here he come to be nosy. Say
look at you.
Look at him. You got stuff in there. Okay, what's up, mama?
Hey, boy. See? And he's tired.
Yeah, guys. He's tired, but it's all right.
What are you doing? You rolling up somewhere or something? What's going on there?
You know, he thinks he's the kitchen broom.
Unbelievable.
He the broom of the kitchen. Say hi. Say hi.
Take your finger out your mouth, boy. Anyway, this has definitely been a JAM Media production, for sure. And, you know, it was, I'd say it was a good conversation. You know, we have more to definitely discuss.
Yeah. Starting
next week. This is where we're going to be at. This is our base. This is where we are going to be set up. Take your hand out your mouth, boy. Stop that.
See? The children.
Finger out your mouth.
Talk to them 20 million times.
Out your mouth.
We only had one time to be spoken to. These kids, you got to speak to them about 100 before they can get you. And listen, I'm telling myself, I'm not doing 100 times. This is bad, like back in the day. Once and we done. Because if I have to keep talking, we're going to have a problem. Right? See, I'm already saying. I'm saying right, but I'm doing it. I'm still talking the 20 million times.
Yep.
Ain't nothing going to change.
So, this is about the time where we definitely close the discussion, because we don't have any of you on the live anymore. So, definitely do this. When you see this video, like this video on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. that is the Respective Angle Show, and show us the support that we definitely are working for at this point in time. It was a very interesting topic. I like the dialogue between you and I, and this is something that we're going to continue to be doing on an every week basis. As you can see, we're coming back to back now. We were on hiatus for like a good quick 2 weeks, but then as I said, we've been trying to get everything set up properly to where it's the proper technology to stream the show and to run the show. So other than that, I'd like to thank you in advance for the support that you are going to be giving us. And like I said, log on to the respectiveangleshow.com where you can definitely show your support. That's definitely our fan base, or that's definitely our subscriber base. And the next thing is, I gotta let you guys know this before we get out of here. Patreon. That's Patreon. Patreon. Patreon.com. Head over there to the Respective Angle Show. What we're going to be launching over there is what you're going to want to be a part of. It's something that you're going to want to be a part of. If you want to build your finance portfolio, if you want to build your finances, including stocks, Bitcoin, whatever it is, I have a team of experts that is going to be only on Patreon, only on the subscriber base. That's patreon.com, and where you / the Respective Angle Show, the Respective Angle Show. And from there, starting about next month or so, we're going to be meeting there. The Respective Angle Show community will be meeting over there for some real in-depth finance courses or finance advice, where you normally have to pay lots and lots of money to get this kind of advice. But other than that, you'll be able to get these things for free. The only thing is, you're just paying a membership fee of $6 a month. $6 a month. Let's say $6. It's not that bad for the kind of information that you're getting. For their $6, it's actually worth the $6. So head on over to patreon.com, and that's / the Respective Angle Show, where I'll be meeting up with you guys, the Respective Angle community, the Respective Angle Show community. I have been looking at the respectiveangleshow.com, and I've been watching all the interactions and looking at the comments. Thank you guys for the support, for sure. And when we do cross that bridge on Patreon, we would definitely be there to to show you the way. I'm not at the mountaintop right now, but for damn sure I'm climbing it right now. And I like for you guys to climb with us, because it's all about empowering, educating, uplifting. It's a new movement.
We will definitely back. That's the thing. Black people need to support other black people. We need to not just black people, just period. We need to support each other in the world. People don't do that enough. Anything that you guys may have that you want us to support, we can definitely support. I don't mind helping supporting another black owned business. For sure. I can definitely do. That's the next thing. We're going to be doing ads somewhere around in May. We're just doing our pilots right now. We're definitely getting our stuff together. But we're going to be adding on ads as the show progresses, as the show goes along, and we get the different I'm getting tired. As we get the different supporters that we need, different contributors that's going to be contributing to the show, we'll definitely be running their ads on the show. The show's going to be a longer show than this, I'll tell you that much. We're going to have our different segments, but we just have our little discussions as it comes up, and we bring it on when we need to. So guys, for the last time, show that support. Like this video, like all the videos that we post. Share them to your friends, your family members,
anybody that you know that you hold dear and close to. As time goes along, we're gonna have a lot of different advice that you're gonna want to take, and you're gonna want to share. You're gonna want to educate the rest of your community, the rest of your family, or whoever it is that you're around. You're gonna want to take these advice and definitely educate them. So this has been
The Respective Angle Show.
and it is the one, the only AJ is live alongside
AJ.
on the Respective Angle Show. See ya until next time. We're gonna see you guys probably. Let's see, what, Monday, Wednesday.
Wednesday. I want to be able to get some content and certain things that I want to talk about together.
No
So
problem.
we're probably gonna have to put a little video or maybe certain things together, but we're gonna figure it out and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have to come live. We could just definitely, pre-record and post it out for you guys to watch.
Yeah, we can do that as well.
So have a wonderful night. Have a blessed night.
Have a wonderful weekend.
With God's help, you can do
and
all things. So, have a good night.